everyone, welcome to AMC Movie Talk for movie fans. I'm your host, Ashley Mova, and this is the daily show where we give you all the latest news from the world of movies, plus some insight into what it all means. Leading off the show today, we've got AMC Movie News editor, Amy Rose Eisenbach.
Greetings and salutations, lovelies. We are here back at the InStream Studios, and we are here to celebrate as well our big award last night from the IAW TV Awards. We won for Best Movie New Series, and we are so happy and literally could not have done this without you. And I'm joined by some wonderful people that have helped make it happen, and John and Aaron and Dennis were in Vegas accepting the award, and we're going to bring up a quick picture right there for you. Obviously, you can see the shock and pure joy on his face right there. I love that the three of them look like they're going to completely different events there. But we seriously are so proud. And I've been here. When I first started, we were at 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. Now we're over 125,000. And it's just so incredible, a testament that, you know, what we're doing means a lot to you guys. We have the most incredible fans that are engaged and just so supportive, and we really have felt the love over these last few months. And 24-hour marathon, again, we raised over $25,000 with your help, so we literally are just so grateful and have so much love and respect for you guys, and thank you again for all your support. Go AMC Movie News! Woo!
Woo! Also, here is AMC Movie News Talk host, Crystal Lee Kennedy.
Hey guys.
And we've also got writer-director John Schnepp.
Chrisley, what'd you say?
I said, hey guys!
Oh, hey, and hey, what's up? We're at AMC Movie Talk, best news show of this year. Last year, but now continuing to this year.
And you predicted that, right?
Yes,
When we were in Vegas, I was like, it's 1 in 5 odds. I say we win, 85%. And, you know, I gotta say, some of the other people around me weren't so sure. And what happened?
You were right.
See?
And we've also got a special guest, film critic for JoBlo.com, Jimmy O.
I am back. Okay, there I am. Hello, how are you guys?
Okay.
Yay!
Hey, congratulations, by the way. That's really awesome. That's great. I'm excited.
We're excited to have you here.
Getting started. A new magazine cover has been released for David Fincher's Gone Girl. The photo, which was photographed by Fincher himself, shows our upcoming Batman, Ben Affleck, and his character Nick snuggling up with the corpse of his wife, Amy, played by Rosamund Pike. On his approach in adapting the disturbing characters from the best-selling novel, Fincher stated, "I don't know what likable is. I know people who are doting parents who give to charity, drive Priuses, all those things who are insufferable a-holes. I like people who get S done." Amy Rose, what do you make of this magazine cover and Fincher's comments?
I love David Fincher. I love him. He is just, I mean, this is the man that brought us Fight Club and Seven and Social Network and the, you know, new rendition of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. His vision is always so clear-cut. And I read The Gone Girl, and Gillian Flynn, who's the author, is, you know, very involved with this and the screenplay and everything. And I love this book. It keeps you guessing until the very end. And with Fincher's weird, amazing take on it, I'm so excited about this. This cover is extremely bizarre, and Fincher actually took the photograph, which makes me really happy as well. And again, you don't really know what's going on. I know those who probably read the synopsis, again, it doesn't really tell you that much. You just know that this woman is missing, the wife of Nick, who's Ben Affleck, and I'm just really excited again to see Ben Affleck in a role like this because, you know, I've said it many times on the show, I really think that he's improved in front of the lens ever since he stepped behind the lens with, you know, Gone Baby Gone and Argo and The Town, and he's just the most incredible director. And I've always just kind of seen Ben Affleck in roles, to be honest. I still think he's a fine actor, but he's never been that incredible in my opinion. And I just feel like with each of his directorial efforts, he becomes better and better. And working with a director like Fincher, and I also love Rosamund Pike, so I just think all the elements are in order. And I also read a little clip from the author Gillian Flynn, who's just like, you know, you may have read this novel, but we're not tied to the source material. We're going to make this very weird and awesome in Fincher's vein. And I could not be more excited about this. So let's do this. What do you think, Miss Chrisley?
That magazine cover says creepy to me, and I am ready. Sign me up. I love that he's laying and like ready to make out with his dead wife. Super creepy. I haven't read the book, but I'm really excited about it. And I gotta say, with Fincher's comment, I love the movies he's done as well. I mean, Fight Club, Zodiac, Panic Room, all of them are movies that I've loved. I really like his comment because you know what? Everyone in Hollywood skates around things. They don't say it how it really is, and we all know somebody that he's describing right there. And I love that he has the balls to say it. So I'm signed on.
Absolutely. Schnepp?
Yeah, totally signed on. I can't wait to see the movie. And I agree with you. Ben Affleck's just gotten better and better. When I finally saw The Town, I was blown away at what a great actor he's become. So, and Fincher's just usually cannot lose at all. He's batting 100,000. So I'm excited about the film.
He's so deliciously himself, and you got to admire that.
Yeah. You know, I'm looking at the cover, and you cannot. That's Fincher. That you can tell that he took that picture. It's brilliant. It's beautiful, and it's messed up beyond. I was going to use another word. It is messed up beyond belief. I love it. I can't wait.
Yes.
Stoked.
Fanboys everywhere and our resident X-Men addict, Amy Rose, were delighted last month when Bryan Singer tweeted out that an X-Men Apocalypse film would be coming in 2016. At this time, Singer is producing and co-writing the film and is still in negotiations to direct. Other than, of course, boasting mega-villain Apocalypse, we now have an idea as to what the film will be about. Singer stated, "It will also address historical mutancy, meaning the deep past, mutant origins, and things like that. It's something that's always intrigued me when we think about our gods and our history and miracles and powers." On whether he would include a teaser to the sequel Apocalypse in Days of Future Past, Singer stated, "I'm still deciding. Something that happens in this movie causes what's going to happen in that movie." Schnepp, what do you make of this news and Singer's comments?
I think it's exciting. I mean, I'm really happy that he's probably going to end up directing X-Men Apocalypse. I mean, of all his films that he's done, you know, I think X-Men and X-Men 2 are my favorite. Of course, The Usual Suspects, but just in the, you know, that was his start. But like, so I'm really happy to see his return, you know, as a director on this property. And, you know, whether or not they're going to use Apocalypse the way the comic books used Apocalypse seems to me more so that maybe Apocalypse is going to be, you know, an ancient mutant that somehow comes into our future. You know, at least that's my guess. But I'm looking forward to it, and all of his comments it made me more interested in what he's going to do with it. So.
Yeah, Jimmy?
Yeah, I agree completely with what you say. I like a return to form. I loved X-Men. I loved X-Men 2, and I actually really liked First Class as well. I just think there's so much history for this franchise. It could go so many places. I'm so excited to see where it goes, especially with him back involved.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Age of Apocalypse is one of my favorite storylines of this universe, and we don't know if it's really going to follow that verbatim because it doesn't sound like it's going to, but the fact that, you know, Singer, I've read a lot of interviews about this, he's had this as, you know, the intention for a long time, and the fact that he's actually going to be able to build this out on the big screen is really exciting, and I love the idea. I mean, you teased this so long ago about Days of Future Past hopefully, you know, being two parts or into something else, and I mean, it just makes so much sense because it's so rich, and I want to hear more about the origin of the mutants, not just the actual origin characters. And Apocalypse is, you know, old school, ancient, like, it's just, he's the mega villain. He's exactly what I've wanted to see on the big screen. And I do think that they should tease it in Days of Future Past. I know he's going back and forth, but I do think that would make sense. And also tease us into what we're going to expect, how Apocalypse is going to fit in the story, if he's just going to be, you know, in sideline, or actually it's going to be the age. I mean, obviously, I hope it is the Age of Apocalypse, but as long as he's in there and he has a clear direction of it, I think he knows what he's doing. And First Class is still my favorite, but I still loved 1 and 2. And the fact that he's, you know, been a part of those 3 films, even though he's only producing First Class, but he's writing and hopefully directing this one and has, you know, clear vision. So I could not be more excited about this. X-Men all day, every day, baby.
Well, I love Singer. First Class, like you, was my favorite X-Men movie, and I've told the viewers before that I've never read a comic book. So for me, it's such a different look on the movies. So when I saw the Days of Future Past cast come out at Comic-Con, I was so excited. I got goosebumps, and now to know that there's something else to look forward to. And just a tidbit, because I know you guys know I was snowed in. I got snowed into Rhode Island with a box of old school X-Men comic books, and I have read some now.
That's
so now I'm even more excited.
Finally! He's learning.
It happened.
Comic books are good. Comic books are good.
World domination. Here we go. All right, guys, we have now reached the buy or sell portion of our show. Miss Ashley has a couple other items picked out going on in the world of movies, and my wonderful panelists and I are simply going to discuss if we buy or sell it. What you got picked out today, lady?
The Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill starring 21 Jump Street was a hilarious success, and now comes word of 2 cameos that will be included in the sequel, 22 Jump Street. We'll see the return of Richard Grieco, who is expected to reprise the role of Detective Dennis Booker, as well as Brad Pitt, who appeared as a guest character, Peter, in a season 2 episode. Crystal, buy or sell Grieco and Pitt cameos?
Buy, 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 buy. I don't know if you heard it, but it's buy. First of all, Officer Booker back makes me so excited. I was such a fan of 21 Jump Street, the television show, growing up. I love that he's going to be in it. Questionable on Pitt. I like him. I think he's funny. He's done great funny roles, but I don't know if he'll take away from the whole of the movie. But I buy Booker coming back.
Schnepp Isle?
Sure, I buy it as long as they put Pitt in a fat suit.
I could do that. I could get on board with that.
I can do that.
I'm going to buy it as well. I mean, first of all, that picture is ridiculous and amazing. And I think that, you know, Around the Horn, we've talked about it many times on the show, what a great surprise that movie was.
Yeah.
I had very, you know, small expectations because, you know, the show wasn't really a comedy either. So they really made it a whole different thing. And I just love their chemistry. I love the story. I love Ice Cube. I love everything about it. So I'm really looking forward to the sequel. And I feel like these cameos are just added bonus, especially, you know, paying a little tribute to the original series. So I'm all about it. I think it's a great, great move.
Bye. I watched Booker. Did you watch that show? Did you watch that?
Yes.
I watched that show. It was terrible, but I watched it.
Terribly good.
Terribly good. I love the Grieco. I can't wait. I'm good with Pitt. I think True Romance. Come on.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. So I'm golden. Bye.
Aaron Paul shows off his driving skills in a new Need for Speed featurette in which he's learning a variety of different tricks he utilizes in the movie. The Scott Wilhelm production also stars Imogen Poots, Michael Keaton, and Dominic Cooper. Jimmy, buy or sell these new featurettes?
Hey, you know, okay, it's a featurette. It's 1 minute and 30 seconds. It's him driving. Fun. But I buy it because Aaron Paul's just cool. Simple as that.
I also
cool.
buy it.
Yeah.
He's just so cool. And and the thing that I feel like separates us that we've also, you know, alluded to many times is that these are all real. Like, he's really driving. He's doing all his own stunts, and that's what's going to separate it from Fast and Furious and all the other car racing movies out there, is that you're going to feel that it's real because it is real. And Scott Waugh is a stuntman, the director. That's his background, so he wants it as realistic. And there are a lot of things that his DP and other camera guys didn't want to do, and he's like, I got it, guys. Don't worry about it. And he got up close and personal, and I just think we're going to really feel the death-defying, terrifying stunts. And I love Aaron Paul, so I'm in. What do you think, Shep?
Yeah, it's good that they have him training so they don't have to do any digital face replacements. You know,
Yeah,
when he
yeah.
zooms past the cameraman and teaching him, like, hey, that's a cameraman.
Yeah.
That pole, you want to be extra careful. So I think it's great that, you know, you get a little glimpse into, like, the training of what's going to be obviously a car racing action film. Yeah, and Aaron Paul's awesome. So
Yeah.
I'm super late to the game, just started watching Breaking Bad, so I'm a new Aaron Paul fan. So the featurette for me was more about the driving, and I buy it because I want to go do that. I want to go on that course, and I want to drive that stunt car.
I'm like jealous that you're starting Breaking Bad and experiencing all the magic firsthand because
Yeah, I'm
I think
actually starting it too.
That-
It's so much
we
fun.
got seasons of
woohoo,
freshness.
Aaron Paul,
good, so
still
good.
one of the best. But yeah, and the fact that the trainer was like, some people have this natural ease behind the wheel, some don't, and Aaron has it, and you can just feel his excitement for this. So
Agreed.
we're in for a treat. What's next, lady?
In other X-Men news, it has been revealed that a familiar character will be returning for X-Men Days of Future Past. It has been announced that Evan Jean-Guy will be playing Toad in the Bryan Singer film. It's a generation story of how he came to be, said Jean-Guy. The aesthetics of the character are much different. I'm not really allowed to say a whole lot more than that. It's darker. I would say it's a darker tone. Emmy Rose, buy or sell the return of Toad in Future Past?
I'm a little split on this. I will buy it because I do like the character. It is interesting that Ray Park is not, you know, returning. But can we talk about, in the original X-Men, one of the worst lines in film history was right before Storm electrocuted him. And this film's been out for over a decade, so there's no spoiler, all fair game now, but it literally was one of the worst lines ever.
I remember groaning in the theater, but now I'm like, can't remember. Wasn't it like a toad won't see his day with lightning?
Do you know what happens to a toad when he's struck by lightning? And I love Halle Berry, but she's so over-delivered it. And it's like the same thing that happened to everyone else, and it's just so bad. But I still love X-Men, I still love the film. I do think this is a cool character and, you know, a darker tone. I mean, I feel like they all say that, but I'll be cautiously optimistic for now.
Yeah, and then cut away and Toad's in a rainbow outfit. Like, I thought you said a darker. He's like hopping around all happy, you know. It's like, yeah, I trick you, Brony Toad, you know.
So are you in then?
To buy this new dude as Toad? Not really. I'm selling it. I think why couldn't they get Ray Park? They got every single other person to be in the X-Men movie, the old X-Men and the brand new First Class X-Men. They couldn't get Toad.
This is the younger Toad though, and that's the whole thing. He's the younger
how young?
Toad.
13?
Yeah, he's 13.
But watch it. They're gonna make him wear a Ray Park mask. I'm just kidding. I wonder.
It's getting weird
they should have got Ray Park. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
I actually sell it as well, partly because I don't know a lot about the character, don't know a lot about the new actor, but love that they have all the original cast, and it does kind of stink that that's the one person they couldn't get. So.
I'm kind of, I'm a little bi on that because just I think that, I don't know, I'm curious to see where that, I'm going to be optimistic about it cautiously, very cautiously.
Right. Now, I'm not saying Toad made the original X-Men. Without Toad, the X-Men would have shattered and fell apart. I'm not saying that. I'm just, it's like, why not get him? Get everybody else.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
I guess we'll find out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Much darker Toad. Can't wait.
Much darker Toad.
Hope so.
A few weeks ago, we saw the amazing teaser trailer for Matt Reeves' upcoming Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Now comes word that Reeves is already set to return for the third film. Schnepp, buy or sell Reeves already being locked in for the third film before the second film releases?
I mean, in this crazy world, I have to buy it just because that trailer was so awesome. Like, I haven't seen the movie, so the movie could totally suck. And then I'm like, why did they lock that guy in? But from everything I've seen, which is a minute, I got the hair right. I was like, I can't, Caesar! Yeah, I just can't wait to see that movie. So I'm glad at least they have the confidence in this director. They're like, man, he knocked it out of the park. Get that guy, scoop him up, get a contract. He's not going anywhere. He's probably starting on it right now, pre-production, while they're sweating and like making, they're editing this movie. They're like, get on it, get on it. The script's being written. So yeah, I buy it. I can't wait to see this movie.
That's exactly why I'm buying it as well, because that teaser trailer, I mean, we talk about this a lot. Trailers are supposed to, entice, engage, build excitement, but a lot of the times they don't. And that's their whole intention. We don't really know much about the film, but that teaser trailer was one of the best I've ever seen. I need to talk to Caesar! Like, it was just so epic, and I loved the first film so much, and it brings up a lot of really cool political themes and just a lot. And I just think this, again, instills a lot of confidence in us as consumers from the studio perspective, and I mean a cast like that, Kerry Russell, Gary Oldman, we'll see who makes it, after the whole battle between the apes, but yeah, I think he's a solid director, and I do like a director continuing with the franchise, so yeah. What do you think, Jimmy?
Well, first of all, we've only seen a minute. I'm guessing there's people that have seen a lot more than we have.
Right.
And they made the decision, yes, let's give him another shot. So clearly someone knows something, and maybe we're in for a real treat here. I buy it, absolutely.
I hope so.
I absolutely buy it. What about you?
I buy it. I talked to Reeves and the cast at Comic-Con this year, and they were so excited about this film, and they talked it up so much that when I heard the teaser trailer was out, I was almost afraid to watch, you get so excited and then it's going to be so bad, but it was so good.
So great,
and I love the cast, and I love the story, and I liked the original, so I'm really glad to see it going forward with the same kind of team.
I never thought I'd be so excited to see a monkey with like a skull war paint
just
on.
done
Like,
so
yes!
well.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I know. I honestly, when I first saw the first film, I was like, all right, we'll see, remake, blah, 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 and I think we were all blown away. So
Yeah.
I love it. All right, my friends, we have now reached the mailbag portion of the show. We have a couple user-submitted questions picked out. What is on the agenda for today, Miss Ashley?
Coastal Seek writes, greetings and salutations, sons and daughters of AMC. And congratulations on winning the IAWTV. One of my biggest pet peeves is a bad ending to an otherwise good movie. I Am Legend, for example, left me disappointed while still entertained by the rest of the movie. So guys and gals, what movie ending ticked you off?
Very, very good question,
Yeah, that's a great
because
question.
that does happen a lot, unfortunately. This movie just has you, and then it starts filtering out and losing your attention, and then it has a really bad ending. I Am Legend, I agree. I know that
Yeah.
it really had very little to do with the book, so that really didn't make a lot of people happy initially, but I thought, you know, atmospherically was really cool, and Will Smith can really carry a one-man show, and I really liked it until the end. The film that comes to mind when I heard this question, it was definitely Signs. That's the first film. I really liked the build-up and, you know, following The Sixth Sense, and I really think that we were still taking M. Night seriously at that time, and I just thought the suspense and everything was so great, and the chemistry of, you know, the whole cast was great, and then the big reveal of the most terrifying, you know, creature, and then it was really cheesy and bad. So I really could have done without that. To me, it kind of ruined the movie for me because I really liked all of it until that point. So, I mean, usually I feel that way with a lot of horror films because I am a big horror movie junkie. Yeah. I feel like the suspense is great and great and great, and then the big reveal is often very, you know, lackluster. So that's the first movie that came to mind. When you heard that question, what did you think of, Chrisley?
I went more recent. I went with The Call. I thought that movie was so great. It was so well done. I was at the edge of my seat. I literally punched my friend when we were watching because we both screamed so loud and got scared at one of the moments. And then the ending, I was just so unsatisfied and so disappointed, and it was really sad for me. Sad moment.
Well, I didn't see The Call, so I'm never going to experience that kind of sadness.
No.
But it's funny you said M. Night, because we haven't talked about our decisions, but I pick Unbreakable.
Yeah.
As for me, like, I loved all of the movie until that weird freeze frame. And then Mr. Glass was found guilty in jail, and then he served time and became a supervillain, and then some other stuff happened. I'm like, what? And then credits. I was like, what's going on? I just remember being angry, like, after totally enjoying that film. And another M. Night classic, where the ending is like, hey, we swapped things out, and now it sucks more. The one thing I was going to say about Legend is, I Am Legend, I loved everything until the vampires showed up. So for me, it wasn't the ending that disappointed. It was just those weird rubber vampires.
Yeah.
So, you know, so Unbreakable, I'll say, is one of my, you know, disappointing endings.
What about you?
You know, I love the film, and I think it's a great movie, The Mist. Because here, okay, I like the ballsy ending. I like that they went that way, but the fact is, okay, we're out of gas, I hear a noise, I'm going to kill my kid. No parent would do that, ever. It would take me like monsters crawling on the car to finally make that decision.
And this is a post-spoiler,
like,
just in case you could reverse time.
Sorry.
That's how...
But I love the ending. I love the fact that they went there, and it was really a ballsy move. I just wish they would have maybe dragged it out to make it seem like it was a really long, painful experience for them to keep
I see what
alive.
you're saying. I mean,
You know?
I personally, I like that ending because it was so shocking, unexpected, and
Yes.
it left you like, my soul's been crushed. Not yet.
Yes.
Not here, really.
Again, it
snapped,
wasn't.
you know?
It literally was. Oh, the car's. You know, I hear a noise. Come on, seriously, your own kid? No, that's not going to happen.
Well, he thought it was. I think he thought it was just. You know, obviously. I see what you're saying.
You
but-
think he did, yeah, but it could have been. It could have been a lot more dramatic and a lot more powerful. Still a great movie. One of my favorite horror movies, actually. So there you go.
Another one that just popped in my head was The Abyss. The end.
Yes.
That film was so great, and then you actually see, you know, the ship, and you're just like, wait, what? Did they run out of money until the big reveal? But I thought, you know, James Cameron is so good at that, and I just loved that. And then it kind of felt like
Aliens are coming! Aliens are coming!
Oh my goodness! Technically, I could say for myself, the more recent, big budget movie that had a failure ending for me was Wolverine, where they had this amazing, hour, and then all of a sudden Viper in this weird, garish, like San Diego cosplay outfit shows up, and you have a silver robot. I'm like, what happened to this movie? oh, there's the credits. You know?
For me, Wolverine kind of, like, I really enjoyed the film. I do like the tone and everything set by Mangold, but and it was pretty much the most badass Wolverine we've seen from Jackman.
Yeah.
I love that man.
Yeah.
But where it really fell apart with me also was the end, pretty much where he has like 100 arrows in his back. And you're just like, all right, dude.
Oh, you mean when they forgot to add the ninja scene from the trailers? You mean that part?
Yeah,
He just falls asleep. 100 arrows. Where's the ninja fight? No, he's sleeping.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of sleeping in Wolverine.
A lot of sleeping.
A lot of sleeping.
Which is very important.
He was
but
very
needs to
tired.
sleep.
Come on, man.
Need to sleep.
So, Miss Ashley, do you have any ending that comes to mind that kind of disappointed you?
I was just so distracted by all of your comments.
We are rather distracting.
But they were all fabulous points.
Cool.
Sean Peter still writes, a couple of months ago, you guys were talking hypothetically about a Game of Thrones prequel film, which I think is an outstanding concept, being that there is so much source material that the HBO series didn't get to. That being said, out of curiosity, being that HBO and Warner Brothers are both part of Time Warner, would WB get the rights to the film, or would George R.R. Martin be able to sell the rights?
Very good question. We've talked about many times on this show how difficult and tricky and sticky rights are. First of all, yes, a Game of Thrones prequel movie, I am in. I mean, Game of Thrones is one of the most fantastic book series and shows, and HBO is just masterful, and I love the world they've created. I love the characters. I'm so glad that these very talented actors are getting, a chance to shine on the big screen as well. But with the rights like this, I would imagine, again, I'm not speaking from knowing about this individual deal, but I would imagine that Warner Brothers would have the first right of refusal. And if they don't want it, they could probably have a bidding war, and you better believe the success of this show, someone's going to make this movie, hopefully. So that would be my guess about the whole matter. It is a very tricky situation, but my guess is Warner Brothers, being that they're really good at the epics, look at The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, that they maybe wouldn't pass on this because there is a formula here. What do you think? Do you know anything on this?
You know what's funny? I don't watch a lot of TV because I see movies. That's all I have to see. I review movies. I don't have time for TV. The fact is, I just started watching this, and it's so cinematic already.
So good.
Already, I'm like, okay, there's no reason this shouldn't be made into a film. It seems like it's always a tough call. We as an audience, come on, just get your act together and put it together, make a big screen adaptation. But with everything, it just seems so difficult. There's so much red tape. I'm hoping that there isn't with this. I'd love to see it on the big screen.
Game of Thrones to me are like mini movies.
Yeah,
every time
absolutely.
I get a little mini movie every week. So to me, it's like I'm cool whether they make a movie or not. I just want George R.R. Martin to stop eating those Twinkies, because he has to actually finish the other 2 books that have to then be adapted into the TV series that I like. So whenever I see him at conventions, he's hanging out with all these beautiful women, pounding a triple cheeseburger. I'm like, yo.
Good for him.
All right, no, I'm just saying, like, because I want him to.
He's
hopefully he's like
enjoying
typing.
life,
As he
apparently.
I
should.
want him to enjoy life, and I don't want him to be like not having fun, but get on the, just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs Twinkies to write better.
Maybe
Just
yes.
throwing it out there.
All right.
I haven't seen the show, but I am reading the books, and the books are so rich and so intense, and the storytelling's amazing that I can't wait to start watching, but I don't want to watch until I finish the books. So.
Yeah.
How exciting is that, though, that this story's not done? That's so
That's
exciting
cool.
to me.
Yeah, that's
that
very
he's
cool.
Hopefully he finishes, but it's just this world and just the universe, and I love how the beginning of the show, which you'll see, is they have a map of where the adventure is going to take us, and it's in my top 5 favorite shows of all time with Breaking Bad, so.
Deadwood.
Yes.
Let's start talking
The
about television
Wire?
now.
Yeah. Whoa, no, we're a movie news
Can
show.
we go to Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
We sure can, Jimmy. All right, we are all out of time. And again, thank you so much for all your support and winning that IAW TV show. Sky's the limits. We cannot wait to continue this year filled with much more movie news and silliness and fun. I would like to thank my wonderful panelists for today, sitting to my left, the one and only Jimmy O.
Thanks, guys.
Where can people find you?
I'm at Jimmy to the O on Twitter, I think. James Oster at Facebook. And, of course, you can find me at joeblow.com and arrowinthehead.com.
Yes. I would like to thank the lovely Chrisley Kennedy that I just had to have at the table with me today.
Big girl table.
Big girl table. Where can people find you, love?
I'm back on social media now that I'm home. Twitter, Chrisley, and Tumblr, The Movie Chick. And I can't thank you guys enough for all your support, not only for the show, but for me this past couple weeks. Your emails, tweets, and Facebooks have really got me through tough times, so thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Director John Schnepp.
Hey, what's going on? I'm a Twitter John Schnepp, Instagram John Schnepp, and hi. That's all I got.
Hey, hey. And the lovely Ashley Mova. Where can people find you?
You guys can find me tweeting away on Twitter at Ashley Mova.
And hopefully we all get off our sick bed soon. And the Campia and the dentist will be back tomorrow. Thanks again for joining us. I'm Amy Rose with AMC Movie News. Nothing but love for you guys. Follow us, like us, share us, go see a movie. You know the deal, and your support means so much to us. Thanks again. We'll see you tomorrow.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.